Hey, what's up guys, Rajsuthan here and welcome back to another video. And guys, in this video we're going to be just coding out a very simple, very fun application calling the Catch Fact API application. So this is a very fun little API. We're going to work with Fetch API and all. It's going to build something like a very Catch Facts API project. So this is the main page and this is how your app basically looks like. So you just simply want to come right here and click get facts if you want cat facts. So the default is actually cat, but then when I actually went to the documentation, they actually told me I found that not only cat, you can get dog, horse and snail. Horse and snail is actually completely out of the box, but if you want you can get it. That's what I want to say. Okay, you have the options, so you can go with cat or dog. I'm just gonna go with cat, and the maximum facts you can get per animal, which could be is only 500. So let me just get 5 facts if I want about that. And once you've done that, you just want to simply click generate. Okay, so once you click generate, it's going to basically generate you five facts about cats or whatever animal you're given. So in this case we have 5 facts here, all of them. So 1 2 3 4 5. So as you should have noticed, it was a bit delayed. It was like 1 second delay, then it opened up. It's because the API is hosted in a free service in Heroku.com. So because it's free, there could be sometimes a bit of some time where you won't be able to see your results, but then after a second or so you'll be able to get it. So that's what I want to say. Or I guess once if you don't want that, you want to clear that, you just can simply click on clear and the clear button will just disappear after the API or whatever information gets cleared. Okay guys, that's what we're going to be building. Pretty fun little project, and also we're going to work with Fetch API. Even if you're beginners, no problem, you can just actually follow along with the video. Hopefully should be a good project. So yeah, let's get started. So guys, before I get started, I want to also say this is basically the API, the Cat Facts Daily Facts API, and this is the documentation itself. So this is the endpoint URL, base endpoint URL. So you say catfacts.heroku.com / then you get facts users, and also you can get facts users, you can get a model fact and all. So in this case you're just going to work retrieve and query facts, which is going to basically get some facts. Okay, so this is how you simply get it. It's going to be facts, and we're going to get it, and from the endpoint of facts then run them, and then you basically could say which animal you want. So in this case we're going to put cat and 2. So if you want an animal, you want to change this to cat or dog, and the amount, how many facts you want, to how many number you want. So we're going to basically do this. That's what you saw before right there. Okay, and also so this is how you get this, and you're going to be getting an object. So from the object we are just going to fetch out the text rather than the object. Okay, so that's what we're going to do, and you can get the ID and all, but we're just going to focus on getting the facts itself. So guys, I'll just show you guys a small little demo. So this is the endpoint, so just copy that. Okay, let me copy this. Okay, copy this, I'll paste it right there, and now / you want to specify what you're gonna get. So in this case let's copy the same thing. Okay, this one, let's say cat and 2 facts about cat. So it's going to say cat / facts.heroku.com, and you want to paste this facts random. So the animal is going to be cat, going to be 2. So if we click enter, it will simply give you. So this is the object JSON file you receive, and if you see the text right here, so this is the text. So we're just going to strip out the text only. Okay, so this is 1, and if you see the other text, which is 2, and you can change the amount. If you want like 5, you can just say 5, just 5. Okay, and if you see that, you get 5. So if you want to change the animal, you can also change the animal for cat or dog or anything. So that's what we're going to do guys. Simple little fun little application we're going to be building. So that's been it, and yeah, let's get started with building it. Okay, alright guys, so the thing is, now I actually have it open up. So I have my basic VS Code open up with all the files, and also you should have noticed we're gonna have Bootstrap. So we're gonna use Bootstrap to build the custom to the styling and all. So I open up my file in localhost guys, which has no effect. Okay, that's not gonna do anything. So we just have the HTML and the Bootstrap, just the HTML. Okay, I'll just go over it right now, because we're gonna just code out the JavaScript. So I just had the simple HTML. I'll leave the code in the description if you want, guys. So basically we have a header, which is this one, which is called Cat Facts API, and I'm linked in animal PNG. So that's what I want. Okay, And also just to take a look at yeah, that's what we want. Okay, that's what we want. And then guys, and uh, and also you can see data toggle, which is model, and data target is a hashtag which has an ID of a model. So basically guys, this is a button. Okay, you can see get facts. Once I click on this, I just want to toggle something. So basically I want to toggle the model. So basically I got this from Bootstrap. You can just say get bootstrap.com and just go for the documentation and click on model, you'll get it. I'll anyway leave the whole code, don't need to worry guys. Okay, so we basically have a div here which has an ID of a model and a role and dialog. So you just basically get with the home the normal main template itself. So you don't need to change up some stuff. And yeah, so you just want to say ID is equals to model, and then you want to say data target is, you want to give data toggle, which is a model, and also you want to say the ID, specify the ID, which is model. Okay, so when you say hashtag model, and you want to say class btn, so yeah, data target. So once you click on that, it's going to toggle whatever item which has an ID of a model. So that's what it's going to do. And the close button is very simple. If you just come below right here, and if I show you the close button, which is this one, which is going to say data dismiss model, which is basically going to dismiss, just going to get rid of the whole model itself, something like that. Okay, so as far as the HTML, I think that's it. And also I've linked the jQuery and my script, oops, I think script.js, okay, and my script file as well, and the form and all. So nothing needs to change. I also have a class to this. So what I want to be able to grab any data that has been put inside this animal type. So for that we have a ID called animal facts. Okay, so it's animal type. Okay, that's the ID. And also we want to be able to grab whatever number they put, so which is going to be number facts. So that's what I have an ID. So that's just it for that. Okay, and now as far as the HTML, that's it. And now we can, I also have a custom style for the image, which is going to be 30% of the whole div. So it's a bigger image, but I just made it 30%. Okay, just to make sure it's just nice. Okay, so as you guys can see, it's not going to work. It's just a simple button which has some model and stuff. So that's it. Okay, so we can get started. Alright guys, so I have a basic script.js. Name whatever you want, name it whatever you want, and I've actually connected this here for connected to script.js. Okay, so that should do. And now guys, we can basically get started. So I'm just gonna alert one, because I'm just gonna see whether it has been connected. Okay, it's connected. Alright guys, alright, so guys, the first thing, oops, what did I do? Okay, should be there. So localhost 5000. Alright guys, so the basic logic that, what am I doing? Oh, okay, localhost 5000. Alright, so guys, the basic logic is that basically once we basically click on this, we're going to get a model, and we want to be able to target and toggle some function once everything is completed, and once we click on this generate button. So this is the main button here, which is going to run a lot of functions. If you close it, it just means that you don't need any data, so no function is going to run. But if you click generate, you want to be able to toggle some functions, and you want to be able to fetch some data. So that's what we're going to do. All right, so we'll just do it. Okay, so first of all, I want to get the button from the DOM itself. So I want to say generate, and I want to say let's generate btn, which is equals to document dot query selector, and you can use an ID if you want, but you're going to go with query selector. I'm going to say generate btn. Okay, so this is the class I had for the button. So you don't worry, just because we didn't do the HTML, don't worry, I'll just go over it while we do the JavaScript itself. So if you just come down and if you just check it out, so it should be up, I guess, it should be down. Okay, generate. Okay, so if you come right down right here, primary, okay, and if you see, we have a class of generate btn. Okay, so in this class you're free to have an ID or whatever you want. All right, so guys, we grab the class, and now what we want to do, and now we'll just check whether the button is actually working. Okay, so I want to say generate btn dot add an event listener, and if anyone clicks, then you want to be able to run a function. I'm just going to call a function something like that. I'm not going to name a function, but we will do the fetch function inside this main function. So yeah, we'll just go over it what we do. So just alert one, and once I click on generate, and that should alert one, so it's working. All right, So guys, now we are listening for an event in the click on the button. Now what I want, once I click on this, I want to be able to grab whatever data that is present inside that, okay? Whatever inside this. So whatever for that I want to get it, I would just want to create a variable. So I want to say let animal, as we know, is going to be animal type. So animal type, which is equals document dot query selector, and I hope I gave it an ID. I gave it an ID. So it's going to be animal slash type. Okay, so that's an ID. And now, okay, so I also want that, and now also I need to get the numbers. So I'm going to say let num facts, okay, is equals to document dot query selector. Sorry, it should be query selector, and I want to say the hashtag, which is a ID, and I'm going to pass facts, okay, so which is animal type, and animal facts, which is an ID. All right, so that's just it for that. And now we should be able to grab whatever data we have inside this, so we should be easy. Okay, so what I'm going to say, let me just console.log. Okay, let me just console.log whatever data that is present inside this animal type. All right, so I'm going to say animal type dot value. Okay, so just say animal type dot value. So that's what I want to console.log. So I'm going to get the console. Okay, let me just the console, and now once it's cat there, okay, it's already cat there. It's because if you check right in the animal form, which is the animal input, I've given it the value of cat. It makes a lot of sense because it's the cat facts API, and having the cat as default makes sense. But if the user wants dog, horse, nail as we are given options, you can just say dog or cat, whatever you want. Okay, so just deliver it to cat. Once you generate that, then you get cat. So just for the sake, let's type dog, and we get dog. So basically now we are getting whatever information we want from the from the DOM, or just the input box, to be simple. Okay, so we get that. Now we also want to get the numbers. Okay, so for that, before even that, guys, the thing is, now basically I want to put this into a variable, so then I can just use it you can use it later. So when I say let animal value, I'm just going to call animal value, so you have just free field to call whatever you want. I'm going to say animal value, okay, which is animal value, which is equals to the animal type dot value. Okay, no, dot value. Okay, just keep this man, just type this out, should be fine. Okay, so basically, guys, when I just type dog here, okay, if I just type the dog, it's gonna get okay, we're not logging it, so we just basically want dog to be logged. Let me just show you that. Say animal value. Okay, I'll console the log. So let's say dog, and we generate dog is getting logged, guys. So basically in an API, we want to be able to change the, let me get my API. So you want to be basically you want to be able to change the, if I come down, you want to be able to change the animal type to cat or dog. Okay, animal type to cat or dog. So you just if I just show you small little demo over here. Just get the history back. Okay, so let me get that. Okay, so basically, guys, the animal type is cat. So this is very case sensitive. Now if you have a capital C there, and if you click enter, it's not going to return anything. It's just going to return a object which has nothing, so which is basically we're not going to get anything. So even you put that for the same thing, so it's very capital sensitive. Okay, so even if you say like dog with a capital D or fully capital caps, you're not going to get anything. But basically this will basically work if you have everything in lowercase. I'm saying dog like that, then that should give me some values. So simply, guys, you need everything to lowercase, so you're not sure how the user would actually input the data. So for that, we could actually simply change what we get inside this to lowercase. So it's very simple. You just want to say dot, I'm going to say animal type the value, whatever is inside that. You have a built-in function called to lowercase. Okay, so this is a function. Okay, if you see that, it converts as that. It's not showing up. What's that? Okay, that's it's basically going to convert everything for lowercase. So let's put that, and I'll put like dog G in cap, O in simple, and a G in caps. If you generate, simply we're going to get dog, everything is simple. So in that case, if you pass this to the fetch API function, this will 100% work. Alright guys, so that's just it for that. I just wanted to make sure, I highlight that point. And now we also wanna work with this, okay? So obviously the user can input how much data he wants. He can actually input like 10,000 or 500 and click generate. So what I just wanted to have a simple alert, not some validation or something. If the guy or if anyone inputs more than 500, I want to alert the user saying that whatever you input is more than 500. Okay, so I've got the num facts from the DOM itself, and now I'm gonna say if the number facts dot value is actually greater than 500, then I want to just alert the user saying max is 500. Okay, I'm sorry, 500. Okay, so you can do how much you can just have some I wanted to have a bootstrap alert, but it's just overkill just for a simple app, so I just don't want to do it. Okay, so basically guys, we have 10,000 inputted. So if I click generate, it's gonna say max is 500. Okay, so sometimes you might not get this. It's because this whatever you type inside this could be a string or a number. So right down here I've actually specified this here, the ID with the number facts. I've actually specified this input to have a type of a number. So normally in default it's going to be type of a text. So at that case you want to basically convert this to a number. So if you don't know how to convert this amount, it's pretty simple. So we'll just do it. It's fine. Okay, so you want to say pass int. Okay, so I want to say pass int and wrap this up in a function. So like if you do that, okay, the syntax here I'm missing. Pass int number facts or value great. Oh, okay, sorry. Okay guys, we don't need that anymore. Okay, and also we don't need this one, I guess. Okay, no, that's an error. If pass int number facts or value. Okay, so this basically this one. Okay, so it's gonna wrap it up here, which is pretty confused with that. Okay, so now if you click, same thing, max is 500. All right, so that's what we want, but then we actually don't need this right now because the number we have specified is a type of a number. But if you actually specified it with the type of a text, then you can convert this to a number. So it's fine, you can just leave it as it is, so it's no harm. Okay, alright guys, so now we are able to get whatever information we have in the animal type, also in the whatever information we have in the number facts. Okay, so now it's pretty simple job for us to actually fetch the API and retrieve data and actually put it inside an HTML or whatever. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. Alright guys, so the first thing you want to do, just create a function called fetch. Sorry, it should be fetch facts. I'm gonna call it fetch facts. Now I know you can do it in Ajax and you can do it whatever you want. I'm just gonna use fetch API to fetch data. Okay, so fetch yeah, so if you want to use the Ajax, then completely fine, so it will work as well. Okay, so you want to say fetch function fetch facts. Okay, so now you want to basically specify which, just put that right there. Okay, now you want to basically specify which API you're going to handle with, or which URL you're going to fetch information from. Okay, so guys, for that what we want to do, we just want to put fetch. Okay, so inside this we're gonna basically pass a URL link. So let's go back and let's get the control H that. Okay, let's get that. All right, so this is basically the link. Okay, so it's going to be cat-fact.herokuapp.com/facts random animal type is equals to dog. So we're going to basically replace this dog with whatever we input inside the input box, and this number we're going to replace with whatever we input inside the input box. Okay, so that's what we're basically going to change. So guys, I put, okay, and also you want to make sure you wrap this up in a colon. Okay, and you wrap this up in a colon, and now just okay, soft wrap it. And now guys, we want to basically change this to dog, and this number to, or sorry, change this animal type to whatever this the user inputs, and the amount to the user inputs. So for that we can actually do it, guys. We can format it. Okay, so for that I'm just gonna say you can do it, you can add the string if you want, but I'm gonna do the formation. So for that you want to say backstring, which is actually if you're using a Windows computer, it's exactly down the escape button. I don't know about the Mac. And you want to pass this link. Okay, and now you want to change this dog to whatever the guy inputs, the user inputs. So you want to put a $sign and 2 curly braces. Okay, and inside this you can pass whatever the user inputs. So in this case it's not going to be animal type, it's going to be animal value, which is already converted to lowercase. So I'm going to say animal value. Okay, that's what I want. And then the amount is actually the same thing. So I'm going to wrap this up in our curly braces, and also you want to say numfacts dot value. Okay, so that's what we want, whatever we input, and because it's a number I didn't create any variable for it. It's anyway, or even if that's going to be a string, it doesn't mind, because when you anyway pass it to a browser, it's just going to think the 35 or even 35 as a number, it's going to be the same. So it doesn't matter anyway, because we don't perform any calculation, mathematical calculation, unless and then it's fine. Okay, and now we want to do that. Okay, and now guys you want to say dot then, and then what do you want to say, guys? You want to get the response. Okay, you want to get the response. Sorry guys, it should be, you want to get the response and map it out, to response dot text. Okay, that's how you want to do. You want to get the response and map this up. Response. Okay, you want to get the response and map this out to this text. And now guys we want to be able to get the data, whatever it's going to return. So that's what we want, right? So let's do that. So I want to say dot then, and you want to get whatever data it's going to pass. I'm just gonna what could I do? Okay guys, for now let me just it's fine for me, I guess, to, yeah, okay, let me just put whatever data I need. Okay, so I'm just gonna console.log for now. Okay, that's what I want. I'm just gonna, whatever data I need, I'm just gonna console.log. I'm gonna say data like that. Okay, so that's what I need. And then guys what I need is and also you want to be able to, you can catch errors inside this. Okay, so as far as now we are just good to do this, but we can get catch errors. So you want to be inside the fetch facts function itself, but right below the data dot then data, and you want to say dot catch, and then you just want to say you want to just say error, and I'm just going to console.log the error. Okay, whatever error we get. Okay, so I just want to console.log whatever error we get. So I'm gonna say err. Okay, so you can create an alert, you can say, you know, whatever, you can mess with this so much if you just know the basics. Okay, so just to take a recap guys, we're gonna just fetch something whatever we type. So it's basically we're gonna type something here, cat, or 5 facts about cats. It's gonna just response, you're gonna get the response. And also we forgot to do something, I guess. I guess it's no it's fine, it's gonna probably work. Okay, alright guys, so that's just it for that, I guess. And now we should be able to we should be able to get the response.text, and then what we have to do, and then we get the data, and in this time I'm just gonna console.log the data, which is gonna see what data we're gonna get. And then simply, yeah, we're gonna catch the error. If there's an error, it's gonna catch it and throw up in our console, and it's gonna say what error is that. Okay guys, so it's gonna be pretty cool, and if you don't call the function it wouldn't work. So call the function right here. Okay, so I'm gonna say fetch facts. Okay, so this is the end of the function, this one. No wait, it should be right here. Okay, just copy that. Okay, right, I want this function to run when the button is clicked. Okay, which this, we are inside this basic big function. Okay, that's what we want. We want to be able to console the log when the button is clicked. Okay, so let's save it up, and now we're probably going to get the error guys. I'll show you what's the error and why we get that, but for now we'll just get facts. And let me say I want 5, and once I click generate guys, okay, so for now, for you, you won't be able to get an error because you don't have course enabled. So just don't panic guys, just you wouldn't have it. So I'm just gonna I'm just gonna disable that, which is already disabled. And once I refresh, and once I just get facts of one file, once I click generate, it's just gonna say network error when time to fetch resource. Cause origin request is blocked. So guys, what's cause origin is? Now the data that we sent is right here. Cat facts, we need the animal type to be 5, animal type to be cat, yes, and the amount also we specified, which is 5. And now if I click this, hopefully there we go, we get a bunch of data, a JSON data. So basically this is actually working. But the actual thing we are not able to get this information right now is that because there's something called cause origin platform or something. So I'm not pretty sure about that. So which is basically, guys, cause origin request. Basically it's just blocking an automated process to happen, or we don't have any sort of an access to the API. So that's happening. So I found some resources which you can attach to the code, which you basically say access head is allowed to something, but I didn't actually want to go with, it was basically you can do it in Axios or Node.js, I'm not sure about that, but just to begin and just to fetch this up, I just didn't want to go about that. So that's an extension. Basically, guys, there we go. A fax is actually correct. So once I click that, it's working. But that's not console.logging because there's a network error. There's something called cause. So if you just copy the same thing and run it here in the browser, it's just gonna work. But it wouldn't console.log because we're automating the process and we actually don't have any sort of a confirmation or sort of any data or any some sort of a, I don't know, what could I call, some sort of some information or access to that simple API. It's a public API, and you know, it's from Heroku, and they have some sort of a cause issue. So no problem, guys. So you want to make sure you download something called cause enabler. So what this will do, guys, it's just gonna enable cause to you. Okay, so okay, if you just come here, cross origin resource, so it should be developer, not this, I guess, enabler Firefox, okay, plugin. So that's a plugin, guys. So you can just come right here, and this is the plugin that I installed. It's basically gonna allow and give some authentication, or it's just gonna give some sort of a request, which is gonna say yes, it's true, and it's gonna say it's not a fake program or something. It is something that it's gonna work or something. I'm not pretty sure. I'm still thinking how can I make this video very easy as possible. So that's just be sure to download this extension, guys. Pretty simple. I've actually downloaded that, okay. And now if you want it for Chrome, you can also, it's in the Chrome site, you can download that, okay. So once I enable Chrome, it's just gonna, so just simply have it in mind, guys. Cause is something that's gonna basically allow you to access some data. That's just it, okay. So if you want to do it in the code itself, there's some information, I'll leave them in the description, but just to make it very beginner friendly, I did this. So once I refresh, and if I just do it again, having cause enabled, there we go, we get those data. So simply that's the main thing, guys. That's what we want. Pretty simple, okay. All right, guys, now I just want to show you. So yeah, just make sure you enable that and it should do work. All right, guys, so if you just check it right here, we get 5 data, which is going to be Tom and Jerry has started and all this kind of text, okay. So what we need, guys, we want just the text, not everything. We only want the text for us to actually we just want the text to be console dot, not the whole object itself. So guys, so you can basically just say that, okay. So for that, you can just say console.log data, whatever data that we have, okay, and then you can just say text. I think I'll get an error, but we just say text, okay. So once you save it up, and I do the same thing when I click generate, okay, it's gonna be undefined. It's just because, guys, it's not able to, it's just because I'll actually show you right now. If I just click facts, it's gonna be 5. If I generate, it's gonna be 5 text. It's actually gonna be a lot of 5 text that's gonna form up, and the data is not going to be able to it's the API is not, or a function is not going to be able to fetch what text is that, because everything is there. So every text is there. So basically we won't be able to transfer that to a JSON file, the whole text JSON file. Or I'll just show you a demo here. If I put just 1 here, it will 100% work. I'll put 1. If I generate, let me just refresh it for now. I'll say cat should be generate, and it's been undefined. Oh crap. Alright, so let me just change this number value to just exactly 1. Okay, so now if I get facts and generate, it's gonna be undefined. What the hell? It's cat. Should do, right? Have my course enabled. Yeah, it's weird, guys. Like, there shouldn't be any error. Okay, so should do. Alright guys, so let me just show you the process of it. Let me just say, okay, I'll put num facts of value. Let me just have in the same value, and now I say dot text. Okay, so now basically, guys, it has an error. I'll show you in a minute, but we want to be able to console.log whatever data. It's going to be all together, so we want to be able to pass that data. Okay, so for that, what you should do, I'm just going to create a variable called fact. So it's going to be a single fact. I'm going to say fact is equals to JSON dot pass, which is going to pass the JSON file, just which is this data, and from that I just need to get the text. Okay, and now I want to console this fact. Okay, console log this fact. Probably we'll get an error right now as well, so I'm going to say 3 or something, or generate. It's going to get undefined. Okay, so if I put 1 and I click generate, there we go, we get it. So this was I was trying to explain. So basically, guys, a JSON data is something that it's a JavaScript object notation. So it's just going to be one file, okay, one text. So this is how we get one text. So even if you put 2 right here, and if you click generate, it's going to give you undefined. So you only will be able to get just one text right now. So what we could do, guys, we can basically twist this a bit. If you twist this a bit, you can basically achieve like how many data you want. Okay, so for that, now if I just put 1, it should do work. Okay, so you get that. So guys, that's what we're gonna do. All right, we're just gonna twist this function. So this function is only running one time. Okay, that's the logic behind it. So we need to run the function how many times the person wants the number facts to be. So if he wants 5 facts, then the fetch facts should run 5 times to get 5 facts. Okay, that's the logic. So at this point, this is actually going to be 1. Okay, so default is going to be 1. If you whatever user specifies, if it's going to be 500 or 100, this function has to run 500 times or 100 times to get 500 facts. Okay, so that should do. And now we're gonna, yeah, as I told, we have to run this function inside the for loop, which is gonna have some parameters. Okay, so let's do it right now. All right, guys, just see. Okay, so let's do it. All right, guys, so I'll delete this and I want to say for, I'm gonna say let I for index. Now you can call whatever you want, is equals to 0, and then I want to say how many times it has to run. Okay, so I just want it to run where it's actually less than the number facts dot value. So if the user puts 500, it's going to be less than, it's going to run less than 500 times, which is basically going to give you 500 facts because it's going to start from 0. So 0 to 499, if you count, it's actually 500 facts. You'll be able to get it. Okay, don't worry, guys, I'll actually show you guys. And then you want to say I plus plus. Okay, and now inside this, pretty simple, you want to just run that facts. Okay, fetch facts, and it's a function. Okay, so yeah, so we're going to basically run this facts until whatever we input this is actually whatever we input is actually less than this. It makes a lot of sense to show you. So if I just put 2 here, and if I click generate, and there we go, we have 2. Tomcat's mate has anytime something blah blah blah, and we have 2 facts. So there we go, we ran this function 2 times. And now if I click generate facts, let me just refresh that, generate facts, if you want like maybe like 6 and generate, and just zoom this in a bit, and now if you just see, you have 6 facts, 1 2 3 4 5 6. So there we go, we're basically able to grab some information. So that's just it for that part. Okay, guys, and now it's the most part, the important part is, guys, you want to be able to, now you are able to get all the information, and now you should basically pass that information inside your HTML site. So if you take the HTML a look, I've actually created a file called div called list group, which is simply a class, a bootstrap class, which is an mx a margin top margin left right of 3 and margin top of 3. Okay, and we also have a class dot fact. Okay, facts. So basically we're going to create paragraphs inside this. So if you want one fact, this one fact is going to be a paragraph inside this div, and if you want 2, they're going to be 2 paragraphs inside this simple div. So that's how we are going to do. All right, so So there's several ways of doing it, guys. You can basically get the information, store it into an array, and then loop through an array and put it. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just, because it's running 5 times, I can create a paragraph 5 times and run, which is pretty easy for me. I don't need an array, anything. Okay, so that should do. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to console.log for now. Okay, and now what I want to do, let me, no, it's fine, let that be there. Okay, for now. And now we're going to create the paragraph. Okay, so I'm going to say let para, I'm just going to call a paragraph. Okay, just call whatever you want, para, and I want to say document dot, oh, before that, guys, we want to be, okay, let me just let that be there. Now we want to be able to grab this facts. Okay, so we want to be able to grab that div, because we need to input that inside, we need to input that above. Okay, so we need to be able to grab that div. No, I don't think, yeah, you need to be able to grab that div, but not up here. We're going to grab that div inside this fetch function. Okay, inside this fetch function itself. Okay, so let para document dot create element. Okay, I'm just going to create an element, simple element, and that element is going to be a paragraph. Okay, and after you create the element, we want, okay, and now what I want, guys, I want to say para, the element that I created, dot class list. Okay, and for now we don't need the class. Okay, let me do it after we see whether it's working. So now we want to say, guys, we just want to say I'm going to say a node, which is going to be simple, the very node, which I'm calling the DOM, this one. So I'm going to call this node. You can call it whatever you want. So I'm going to say let node dot document. No, wait, it should be wrong, isn't it? No, guys. So the node is basically, I'm just going to create the fact inside, I'm just creating just a fact called node. Okay, so node is just going to be containing whatever data that we fetch from here. So that's where we're going to input this into the node. So you can do it in any way you want. So I'm going to say create text node. So it's going to be, we're going to pass some text inside this, so call it fact. That's what we want. Okay, and now what you want to do, you want to get the paragraph which you created and append this. Sorry, it should be append child. Okay, you want to say append child, and now you want to append the node which you have created, node which is equals to the fact. Okay, whatever fact you receive, this is going to be the node. Okay, and now, okay, so basically we creating a text and all. Now it's very simple, guys. We just want to put this inside the facts div. So when I get let facts is equals to document dot query selector, and now I want to pass dot facts. Okay, so you remember I gave it a class of facts there. Let's take a look, I guess. Yeah, facts. Okay, and now what I want, guys, I just want to append this. So I want to say facts dot append, and append child. Okay, I'm gonna append child, and simply I just want to append the paragraph which we have created. Okay, paragraph. Okay, so that should do. And now if I click facts and whatever number you want, you can just go for it. I'm just gonna go for like 2. Fine. Once I click generate, there we go, which is we console.log right here, so just don't worry about that. There we go, we have created facts. Okay, get rid of it. And if you want more, just refresh this up, and now if you want more, you can say maybe like 7 or something, and click enter, and it's going to give you 7. Okay, so 7 facts about cat. If you want dog or anything, you can fetch it. Alright guys, so now we've done that. We just want to put some styling for it now. Okay, so it's just looking very plain, so that we're just going to put some styling. Alright, so for just to add some styling, add some classes to it, simply just to add some classes to your paragraph. Alright guys, so just to do it, what we have to do is that just come under your p tag, so your paragraph, and then you want to say para.classList dot add. You're going to add a class to it, so basically that's it. And we're going to use bootstrap classes, so I'm going to say list dash group, which is going to be the class, and it's an item inside that, so it's a bootstrap class. I'm going to copy paste it 3 times, because I'm going to add 3 classes to it. And guys, I also want the text to be dark. Okay, and also I want to give it some padding, which is 3. And now if you take a look, like 7, we'll say okay, there we go, we get that very nice and looks nice. So guys, so if you take a look at this program, let me just fetch something. You basically get a button here to basically clear that. So once you click the button, it's gonna clear it out, and the button itself is gonna disappear. So we are not still getting the button, so we'll do that now. We get all the fetch information and all. So yes, let's do the button right now. Alright guys, so just to get the button, I'm just gonna create okay, let's come under this, which is right here. So once your function actually runs inside the generate btn function, so once someone clicks on this generate, we're gonna be able to generate the button here and then clear it out when we click the button. Okay, so if you take a look right here, I should go up there. Okay, so we should near this button. So if you take a look, get facts. Okay, so we don't have the button, we're going to create the button inside this one. Okay, this div which has a class of a head, we're going to create a button inside that. Okay, alright guys, let's do it. So as we said, I want to say let btn, just create a variable. Okay, and I want to say create document dot create, come on, document dot create element. Okay, I want to get the element, and inside this I'm going to pass a button, which is this one. I want to create element, and the element is going to be a type of a button. Okay, basically I'm going to create a button. Okay, and then guys, you want to basically specify what you have to, the text you have to have inside the button. So in this button we're going to have a text of get facts, like that. We want to have what you basically want to have inside that button. So you want to get the button you created, and you want to say in a HTML, and you want to set this to clear. Okay, so I'm going to say capital C. Okay, clear. Alright guys, so now before we add the class, let's actually see whether we can add that right there. So I'm going to say let head. So as I told before, the div which I'm going to add this to, I'm going to say document dot query selector, and then I want to have a class of head dot head. Okay, now if dot head, yes, it's right. And now it should do, I guess it should, we created the head, and now what we want, guys, we just want to append this. Yeah, we simply want to append this. Okay, let's say head dot append child, and what you want to append is the head, sorry, the btn you created is what you want to append. Okay, now if you take a look, and we don't have the class, sorry guys, we don't have the classes yet, so we'll say like server, and we create, and there we go, we have a clear button. Okay, alright guys, so we don't get the, why don't we get data? Okay, so I have no clue why we can't get the data. Let's generate it. Is that a problem with the API or something? I'm not sure. If we just clear this up right there and get facts. Okay, oh, it should be a number. We say 2. What's wrong with that? Let's inspect the element and see. No, what's the error though? Let's check it up and see. Should fetch. Okay, there's an internal server error. Okay, let me just refresh this up and see. Should do where should work. Okay, let's go right there. It's working. Why is that not working? Oops. Alright guys, so I've been just researching on what's the error that's what actually going on, but I actually didn't find. It's basically the app is just having an error. We don't have any error in the code. So just to take a look at it, so we have everything right. So when we refresh, it's gonna give an application error, so which is an Heroku CLI error. It should just get cleared up after once you watch the video, and after you just do it, it should get cleared up. Okay, so don't worry. So as I showed before, the get facts will automatic, it's working, but I don't know, the API, or maybe he's working with the API right now, or he's modifying the API or something, it's blocked. But just trust me guys, as we did before, it will work. All right. So now guys, if you take a look, I get facts. So you're not gonna get the button because we commented it. Let me just uncomment this back and save it. So just pretend that we're gonna get the information because we worked with it and we got it. All right. So basically with the clear button. All right. So don't worry guys, after some time, maybe the error, the person who made the API is working with this Heroku application or something. So once it's done, you'll be able to get all the facts. Okay. Alright guys, so if you want to be able to get some classes to it, okay, so once you come right below this, I'm gonna say btn.classList, okay, and I'm gonna say .add, which is gonna have a btn, okay, class add btn. So btn is a bootstrap class. So if you don't know that, so copy that, paste it 3 times, okay, and then okay, what did I do? Okay, so right here I'm gonna say the second class I'm gonna specify is btn danger. So what that is gonna basically give it a red color, okay, something like that. Okay, clear also. Okay, and also guys, we get that. Okay, just assume that there's going to be information. So once that's done, we're going to be able to click that clear button to clear everything. And once every fact is cleared, we want to be able to get rid of this clear button as well. So we have to run a small little function to do that as well. Okay, alright guys, so for that to work, what we have to do, we want to run an if loop. Okay, we want to run if function out there. Alright guys, no, actually not an if condition. What am I saying? Let me just clear that. So it's not gonna go. So for that guys, so once we click on clear, we want to be able to clear any data that is presented and also disappear. Okay, so once we cleared that, just come down. I want to say const, I want to say clear button, so you can call it whatever you want, clear button, and I want to get document dot query selector. And okay, so basically what this is says, we are basically creating a button, and we want to be able to grab that button. We're going to be able to grab that button with its ID or class. So basically we have to give it a class. We're going to add a class right here. So once it's created, we can grab whatever class we gave it. I'm going to grab it right there. So that's what we want to do. So before that, I'm just going to say, let's assume we have a class, give it a clear. Okay, and now what I want to do, I want to add the class to it as well. So that blah btn.classList dot add a class, and this is our own class, which is going to be clear in order to get it, and just run some functions with that. Okay, so document.query selector, which has a clear, and now what I want to do, I want to say clear btn dot add an event listener and event listener. So if anyone clicks on that, okay, so if anyone clicks on that, we want to be able to run a basic function. So when I say function, it's going to run an anonymous function. And now in this, we want to do some stuff. So when I say we want to get the facts, okay, whatever we have inside the facts. I'm going to say document dot query selector, okay, and whatever we have right now, it should have been created. So I'm going to say dot facts. Okay, that's what we want. All right. And now, so basically what this is actually, guys, whatever we have inside this div. So basically, because of the Heroku error, it's not working, I guess, but it will 100% work, and there's going to be information inside this, which means there's going to be information inside this div. So we're basically going to grab that div and clear it out. So basically, how you clear it out is that you want to say facts dot inner HTML is equals to nothing, something like that. So it's just gonna work. Once we clear the btn, it's just not gonna work. Okay, and now we also, once we clear that, we want to get the clear button, and you want to add a parent node, okay, in order to make sure it disappears. So when I say parent node remove child, and what do you want to remove, which is a clear button, you want to remove that. Once we click on this clear button, you want to remove the clear button itself. Alright guys, so let's click on the facts, let's generate, let's assume there's going to be some data, and then we'll clear it. Oops, it's not getting cleared. Remove child, and I'm going to say slash clear button. It should do work. Okay, there we go. So we have an error, which is dot clear, which is a class. Okay, now if I clear it up, They say generate, and once I clear, it's gonna clear. And also whatever information we have, so let me just put a paragraph here of some text, 10 text, which is, let's assume to be like that. And once you let facts generate, just assume this is gonna be the API stuff, and clear it out, it's gonna work. Okay. So guys, just don't worry about what error we got. It's just because it's some internal error. So there we go, we have the error code. So it's saying an error occurred in the application and your page could not be served. This application owner, check your logs for details. If you check the logs, you simply could get the details why your web post is not getting these errors. So if you check this out, the trust me guys, like I showed you guys how this is work. I don't know, it's because he's monitoring something or something, because it's just a simple public API, so we don't need to work with so much data now. So basically this is the main app which I showed you before. It's not being delivered here as well, but just don't worry, after he updates or something it will generally work. Okay, so let me just get rid of that, Control L, delete that. Okay, so that's about it for the video guys. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have not checked out my mini JavaScript project course, I'll leave link in the description. And I'm also trying to do a Udemy course for you guys, which is just going to be $1 or so, which will build 5 JavaScript applications like this catfax API and much more. So if you're watching this video later, then the Udemy course should be linked in the description, rather than if you start there, no problem guys, it should soon will be published. So that's about it for the video guys. Like this video, love it. If you just love it, just subscribe to my channel. And also don't worry about this, it's just gonna 100% work once you do it, because he has some save a problem or he started updating his API or something. So that's gonna be it for the video guys. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching guys, and I'll talk to you soon.